With the increased role of women in our military ranks, the number of female veterans receiving care from VA has grown rapidly in recent years. Today, approximately 1 in every 16 vets being treated by VA is female, and that ratio is expected to narrow over the coming years. VA is working hard to adapt to make sure that all veterans get the best care anywhere.
Okay, Grandma gonna get something to drink.
Terry Shelton is a combat veteran of Operations Desert Storm and Iraqi Freedom. As a supply sergeant, she frequently risked her life coming under enemy fire while on convoys.
You never knew when you were getting mortared, you never knew when you're going to be getting shot at.
After her last tour, Terry had a tough time readjusting to civilian life. When her state of mind began taking a toll on her family, she came to VA for help.
It was really rough. I couldn't be by myself for about 6 months. My grandkids, they were young, and they knew that there was something wrong with me. And I wasn't the happy grandma that I usually am. And so they even told me that there's something wrong. Want to know why I was so mean all the time.
So did you have a good game?
Terry enrolled in an inpatient PTSD program at the VA Medical Center in Martinsburg, West Virginia. But she ran into a few snags.
I was the second female to ever go through the program. Of course, they had to have a separate room for us females.
After she began treatment, her group, composed of all men, didn't exactly make her feel welcome.
When I first got in there and they were like kind of looking at me and they would make comments, well, why are you here, you know? And I'm like, well, because I'm going, have probably I have the same problem as you do.
Hi, Amy. How you doing?
These types of experiences used to be commonplace for women navigating VA's healthcare system. A system that for decades catered to a patient base that was almost all male. But VA is dedicating major resources to change that, hiring people like Amy Terrio to eliminate these types of problems before they impact more veterans.
I think the influx of women has brought women's issues to a forefront for the VA nationally. Each VA has a Women Veterans Program Manager whose role is exactly what mine is, to improve access to care and to do outreach and to make sure that the care that we're providing is high quality. There are really two issues. One is...
I really like Amy, and I think I can go to her with any ideas, if I have any ideas, and she would look into them, or she would see what she can do. If I have any problems, I feel comfortable talking to Amy.
Once a month, she meets with a group of veterans, the Women's Advisory Group, to discuss their needs and plan how to best address problems as they arise.
Historically, the VA has been kind of intimidating for women. It's been seen as a man's place to go. And so we also need to break down that stereotype and make it a welcoming environment for women.
Committed to making this happen, Amy, like her counterparts at other VA medical centers, is purchasing new equipment to address health issues that affect female patients. One example is a bone density scanning machine to diagnose osteoporosis before it becomes irreversible. Amy is also creating programs tailor-made for female veterans, like a women's-only therapy group.
You don't at that point think about what you have to do because you've already got it.
But it does help. It does.
And a female-friendly primary care clinic.
We're going to do the pap smear today.
I like it. This is something for us. You know, it has nothing to do with the guys. The guys aren't allowed in our room. They're not allowed in our clinic. They're not allowed in our meetings. And it feels good.
I feel like I'm making a difference for women because I really think healthcare is important, and I think women's health is a very important issue, and I certainly value the service that veterans have made. And so I really like putting those two together, and I think that it's really important that we take care of our veterans.
In the past, female veterans had to travel relatively long distances or go outside of VA to be seen. But in the years since Terry's treatment, women's health care at VA has taken a giant step forward. If you're a female veteran and want to learn more about programs available in your area, go to www.publichealth.va.gov/womenshealth.